Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Certainly. In Jetpack Compose, shared element transitions allow you to create a smooth transition between two composables when navigating from one screen to another. This can enhance the user experience by visually connecting the elements on the two screens. Overview of shared element transitions. Shared element transitions involve 1. Defining shared elements in both composables. 2. Using the animated visibility or transition APIs to create smooth animations. 3. Using the modifier to specify the size and position of the shared elements. Setting up your project. First, ensure you have the necessary dependencies in your build.gradle file. Groovy. Dependencies. Implementation androidx.compose.ui UI 1.5.0. Implementation androidx.compose.material Material 1.5.0. Implementation androidx.navigation Navigation Compose 2.7.0. Implementation androidx.activity Activity Compose 1.6.1. Example, shared element transition. Here's an example to demonstrate shared element transitions in Jetpack Compose. 1. Screen A contains a list of items. 2. Screen B displays details of the selected item. Step 1. Create the models. Define a simple data model for your items. Codeline. Data class item, val ID, int, val title, string, val description, string. Step 2. Create the item list screen. This screen will display a list of items. Codeline. Add composable. Fun item list screen, nav controller, nav controller. Val items equals remember list, 10, item, it, item $it, description for item $it. Lazy column. Items, item dash. Item row, item. nav controller.navigate, item details $item.id. Add composable. Fun item row, item, on click, dash unit. Card, modifier equals modifier. Fill max width. Padding, 8.dp. Clickable, onClick equals onClick. Column, modifier equals modifier. Padding, 16.dp. Text equals item. Title, style equals material theme. Typography. H6. Spacer, modifier equals modifier. Height, 4.dp. Text equals item. Description. Step 3, create the item detail screen. This screen will display the selected item in detail and will have the shared element transition. Codeline. Add composable. Fun item detail screen, item ID, int, nav controller, nav controller. Val item equals remember item, item ID, item $item ID, description for item $item ID. Column. Modifier equals modifier. Fill max size. Padding, 16.dp. Text equals item. Title. Style equals material theme. Typography. H4. Modifier equals modifier. Shared element, ID equals item underscore title underscore $item ID, / ID for shared element. Padding, 8.dp. Spacer, modifier equals modifier. Height, 8.dp. Text equals item. Description. Step 4, set up navigation. Set up your navigation to connect the two screens. Codeline. Add composable. Fun navigation. Val nav controller equals remember nav controller. Nav host, nav controller, start destination equals item list. Composable, item list screen, nav controller. Composable, item detail / item id, backstack entry dash. Val item id equals backstack entry dot arguments. Get string, item id. To int or null. If, item id, equals null. Item detail screen, item id, nav controller. Step 5, add shared element transition. To enable shared element transitions, you can create a custom transition definition. Here's how to implement it. Kotlin. At composable. Fun shared element transition example. / create your transition state. Val transition state equals remember mutable transition state, false. Transition state dot target state equals true. / use the transition. Transition state, state dash. If, state. Item list screen, / initial state. Else. Item detail screen, / target state. Step 6, integrate everything. Finally, in your main activity, set up the content. Kotlin. Class main activity, component activity. Override fun on create, saved instance state, bundle. Super.on create, saved instance state. Set content. Material theme. Navigation. Conclusion. This example covers the basics of implementing advanced layout animations with shared elements in Jetpack Compose. You can further enhance the transitions by customizing the animations or adding more complex layouts. Always ensure that you test the transitions on various devices to provide a smooth user experience. Feel free to modify the designs and transitions to fit your application's needs.